Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of Prismata. I don't know, my brain was just somewhere else. I just like twice tried to start recording and messed it up. Like I hit play without hitting record, or I hit record and then hit play without talking, I think were the two things I did wrong. I don't know. Anyway, count yourselves lucky that I managed to get this recording going. Coscott versus Chronopolis. Wow, what is Coscott doing rated so low? He was in like at least the 1700s for a while, I thought. He or she, I don't actually know. Aye, sir. Totally not an FBI. Is this person's Discord handle? Totally not an FBI. Well, there's only 5 units, but they're all very impactful. I don't know what to do here. Like, I don't even know. Everything loses to everything else. Like, Tatsu should be in sad shape against Teslas, right? Or maybe against Polywall? Lucina, I would be a little worried about a slightly faster Tatsu rush. Or perhaps against Teslas as well. What does Tesla lose to, I guess is the question. And I don't really immediately... I mean, Polywall is the answer. Tesla loses to Polywall. So what do you do then? I don't know what conclusion to draw from all of this. You want to stay flexible and avoid committing to something, but I don't know how to do that. I want to see what player 1 does on turn 2. Are we going 3rd NG? That would work for like any of these top 3 units, and maybe Valk too. Still doesn't really tell me much. Yeah. So they're not going 3rd NG. What exactly am I worried about them doing? I guess Polywall is pretty bad against Valk, because they can exploit it so well by holding back the Valk. Or by clicking the polywall and letting the barriers fizzle. I'm kind of thinking of getting a 3rd NG myself, but I don't know what I would do about an opponent who like responds DDC, DDB into like Teslas and Valks. Those 2 units seem to have a lot of synergy, and so I feel like I want to get them. Tesla and Valk. But that's very expensive. Like, don't you want 3 engineers for that anyway? I mean, you could go DDC, DDB, SA, or something, but like, is that really good? What if I just go 3rd NG and like try to defend a Lucy with polywalls? Or defend Tatsus with polywalls or something. I don't know. That runs into Tatsu trouble. This is a really tough set to decide on. I hate spending my time bank this early, but I still don't know what to do. I think I'll try to go for the Lucy and see how my opponent stops me. I assume Teslas, so I'm gonna actually not build a conduit here. I'm gonna like just float and get a forge and continue floating, and try to get down a polywall and like 2 animuses at some point. Like they're clearly signaling some serious pressure plays. That's what low econ green does here, but I don't know if that's actually good enough. Alright, they just want a Valk. So against that, I'm just gonna get a wall. That's fine. Wall double Animus. That leaves me $4 still. But then, how do I get to Lucy? Maybe it should be Polywall? I can't afford that. Well, that's silly, because that'd be like just buying a wall twice. So say they build a Valk, they kill 2 NGs, and they build another Valk into my double Animus. They'll be threatening eight, and I'll have 3 NGs, 2 barriers, and a wall. I won't be able to get to Lucy without... Excuse me, why am I disconnected? Oh my gosh, I'm on like the wrong Wi-Fi network. Connect to this one, please. Okay. They could breach for exact if they did that. If this were a conduit, I'd be in a similar spot, and I couldn't even afford a force field. Okay, well let's hold these and see what they do. Fine, Valk. Now I can't actually double Animus here, because another Valk kills me. I think, right? Or it makes my life difficult. So I think I just like defend some more. Try to get the double Animus the turn after that? I don't know. This seems like it's not working out, and like I should have actually just built a conduit a long time ago. I should have cut 1 NG so I could polywall plus double Animus. Oh. Also, what is opponent doing? Why aren't you spending all your tech? Like, you're not only not spending all of it, you're like, all of it is not being spent, which I don't understand. Shouldn't these rhinos be Tarsiers? You're not gonna attack next turn, right? Okay, this is like Lucy Wall. And they're threatening like 10, right? 3, 5, yeah, that should be fine. Lucy Wall should be just fine. I don't want a polywall anyway, because they could easily do exactly 6 damage to it. This could be a wall, and then I could get an NG as well, I guess? Or even a drone now? Yeah, that's better. Because the splitter's not attacking for quite a while. I know it's like, it's a Lucy into a Polywall, and it kind of feels bad, but the point of Lucy is that she builds perforators, right? Like, attacking for 4 is cool, and that's definitely an important part, but... I don't know, the other thing is, like, I can actually build Tatsus right now with my red, which seems pretty cool to see me, like, right? I can't build polywalls anytime soon. They still threaten to exploit them horribly, especially with all these barriers lying around. So I guess that's a problem with my plan of like Lucy into defend with polywalls, right? Is that I can't build polywalls. And I'm still torn as to whether I should build a Tatsu here. Like, what else could I do? I could do like this? That's probably better, right? Yeah. I could hold the Perforator for defense if I built a Rhino instead of this Tarsier. But I don't really... And like, then I could build a Tatsu, right? But I don't really want to do that. They're not going to attack this coming turn, and so... Like, holding the Perforator is going to be kind of wasted, I think. On the turn after. But I do... Oh, they are attacking. Wow. I do think I overestimated the usefulness of Polywall. Or, yeah, of Polywall. Ugh. I think Polywall is fine now because they're like... They really don't want to hold 2 Valks and 2 Rhinos to exploit it. Do they? I don't know. Probably not, especially since they can kill a Rhino or 2 this way. I hope they forget to unclick this stuff. Unlikely as that is. Alright. I mean, they deny me 6 absorb, but I get these Rhinos, right? This is pretty scary. I'm losing like a ton of attack if they swing with everything, and they will. So I'm losing these Rhinos, which sucks. But what else am I supposed to do exactly? Polywall again? I mean, maybe. I was just thinking this Tatsu makes it sort of hard for them to cope, but it doesn't. They can just build a polywall, and like, okay, they don't get any absorb, but I'm only really attacking for like 8, so they don't care. Yeah, I think this is no good. This is just a lot of effort spent to breach us to like kill an engineer. Yeah, I think since like attacking with all this stuff doesn't really do anything right now, it's sort of better to just like not do it and say, oh well, I'm losing some attackers. These force fields are very much unnecessary. Maybe you could argue that one of them is necessary, but certainly not two. It's like I'm losing 4 attack, and I have 3 less freeze than it looks like. Yeah, so you can cut a force field. I'm probably losing 5 attack, but at least 4. I wish I had force fields, but what can we do? Okay, we managed to use all of our red this turn. That is a big accomplishment. I guess I'd prefer to do this, right? Yeah, clearly. Force them to lose this Rhino so they don't have as many absorbers left. What's my Rhino supply like? That's not something you want to be worried about, but I am worried about it. I'm obviously freezing the wall here to deny absorb, or to reduce absorb. Okay, if they build a polywall, then it doesn't really matter what I freeze, probably. Alright, opponent finally using their turn time. Well, that's good news. So we have at most 12 actual attack and 3 actual freeze in this line, right? So this defends for them. And probably, of course, we have less than that. But, like, importantly, if I absorb on Rhino, it still doesn't reach, so I won't do that. This seems great. Managing to get in more of these perforators. Now I actually do threaten all of this, although only barely. Oh wow, and I managed to click a Rhino down to 0. That's fantastic news. I think I'm winning this game. There's still some play left in it, and I could be wrong, but it feels good. I've accumulated enough defensive tempo. And I can lean on polywalls now. Actually, all this attacking opponent is doing is really quite wrong. It's only killing an engineer. So if they're doing something like this, I think they should just hold all the Valks. Right? And then hold everything else as well, pretty much. They don't want to actually lose the Valks, but... it's better than giving me, like, a bunch of barriers for no reason. But, like, here's the thing. I am happy for opponent to just kill Polywall every turn. You can exploit me as much as you want. If attacking for 6 is what makes you happy, by God, you should do what makes you happy. That's my opinion on the matter. First of all, does this kill anything important? No, not really. So I don't know, I freeze this instead. They get to keep alive 7 health. That's all the rhinos plus an NG. Okay. If I do this, they get to keep alive 8 health, which is a Valk and 2 rhinos. But they lose a rhino. So I do it that way. Okay, seems good. And now I get to freeze walls again. Good work, Tatsu. I mean, we lose a full set on a rhino, but, you know, it's war. There are casualties. Let's just buy those force fields now. Instant concede. Too soon to tell, maybe. Obviously, they're going to not attack again. They're just calculating like how much they need to defend for without clicked. So what does this do? Attacking for 6 makes them lose both rhinos to keep the Valk. I'd very much like to do that. In fact, I don't need the force field. They must lose... No, it makes them... Yeah, lose both rhinos or 1 Valk. So this is defended, and I can just drone. Yes. Get out of here, I'm trying to say good game. 6.1. This is a strong player. Why don't I get rating points? Like, I mean, not top 10 or anything, but I don't know. Maybe I just like have a misunderstanding of how strong this player is. Huh. Well, so it was a very difficult set, and I'm still not totally convinced that what I did was correct. I sort of allowed myself to be guided by the principle that, like, Lucina is really good, and if you buy her, you win. And I found a line that allowed me to buy her. And even squeezing out a Tatsu, I don't know. Tatsu did great work, but it did come at, like, a big cost, right? I didn't get to utilize Lucina this turn. To make more perfs, more free attackers, right? And I didn't get to click my existing perfs, and I had to blow up a bunch of my rhinos. It kind of sucked. But I think it was worth it. And I don't know. I feel like opponent did a good job with... Well, actually, how many times did they attack when they shouldn't have? That's something worth looking into, because I wasn't paying that much attention to it during the game. Here, they killed, what, wall NG and gave me 4 barriers. That's clearly worthwhile, right? You deal 5 damage and give me 4 health. It's not amazing, but it's, you know, clearly better than nothing. Although it also costs a Rhino charge, so it's like breaking even, but still a little better than not attacking. This turn, they decided to not attack correctly. And then this turn, they attacked, which I guess is reasonable. I don't know. What about this? What was this all about? They just like snap-clicked everything, right? And what did I actually lose? Rhino NG? Pretty sure this attack was incorrect. But maybe they felt they needed to pressure me off of something. I'm not sure what exactly. I guess if I'd been able to attack for 1 more... No, that wouldn't breach. It just kills an NG. I don't know. Mystery. How much did I lose when they attacked here? Did I lose 2? No, I just lost 1 Rhino. So if I'd had 1 more Rhino, it wouldn't have been that big a deal. Huh. I'm not sure why they went in for that. They gave me 6 barriers in exchange for 3 health. But I think it was kind of too late at that point. Here, I mean, they're killing like 8 health, so it's worth giving me the 6 barriers, but... Although again, that 8 health, like, 2 of it was Rhino clicks, so... I don't know. I'm surprised I never got Tesla'd, actually. Why didn't that happen? It kind of doesn't fit well with the Valks, I guess. Like, it... It kind of does. But I guess if you already have the tech for Valks, and you want to be, like, gaining something for holding your Valks, then a Tesla is just, like, a worse Valk that costs $1 less, and it's substantially worse. So... Unless you can do something useful with the red on the turn that you might consider buying a Tesla, I guess a Valk is better. Interesting. Polywall really carried the day here, which is one, like... I talked about how, like, Polywall might be what I can shelter Lucina behind. I was worried about things that punish Polywall, but, like, the punishers seem pretty pressure-y, and, like, Polywall's okay with that. I don't know. Valk did get some good exploits, for sure. But Lucina just is a value machine. Well, okay, I don't have, like, a clear idea of why this worked. Like, I've already said what seemed to me like the reasons that it worked, but the problem is, like, I also could see lots of reasons why it didn't work, and I don't know why one of those outweighed the other. Like, is just Polywall itself enough to defend Lucy? I don't think so. Certainly not in the face of all this attack, so I don't know. I think my opponent must have just organized their attack wrong. Because I feel like they still should be able to beat this. Maybe not going straight into Valk. I don't know, Valk into 2 Tarsiers into another Valk is pretty high pressure. Huh. Still a bit of a mystery. What were the supplies like at the end? I had 1 rhino left and 5 walls. And 4 poly walls. So it was a bit... I was starting to run low, but like then I have perfs, right? That I can start holding. And I got conduit for force fields. Yeah, I could have lasted quite a while longer, I think. Okay, anyway, enough about this game. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.